Today I fucked up by exposing a bad habit of my neigbour to my girlfriend's parents. First of all, sorry for my crippled English. My neighbor watch porn at max volume, 2 times a day. Not a big deal. If the windows are closed, not a single moan is audible. I mean, he could use some headphones, but hearing his videos is not a big deal. Today, I have my girlfriend's parents for dinner. There are a lot of moisture from the kitchen, so I decided to open the window for some fresh air. In this exact moment, Mia Khalifa reached the climax, followed with some "take my semen, baby, swallow it, baby, ah, what a delightful plot." The rest of the dinner was unpleasant. We eat the raspberry pie in total silence, while outside the birds tweeting and the neigbour whistling. Fully accomplished. TL, doctor, I have run over my mother-in-law with the loudest orgasm of the decade. I have run over my mother-in-law with the loudest orgasm of the decade is pure poetry. Ha 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 ha. Up identifying specific porn stars from audio across the neighborhood. I'm a man of culture. Thank you for the precious metal, man. Fully accomplished. New favorite phrase. So you were eating raspberry pie and Mia was eating a cream pie. Don't know why no one wants some whipped cream over it. To be fair, it's the neighbor's fuck up, not yours! Exclamation mark. Today I fucked up by lighting my cat on fire. I woke up this morning at 7 AM and decided today was a perfect day to clean. I was doing my daily cleaning tasks and decided, you know what? I'm gonna light a candle. I want my house to smell like the fucking Baltic Sea. Fuck yeah. I'm cleaning. My husband is in the living room close by studying for an exam with his headphones on. What a nice, relaxing Sunday morning. After I was done cleaning, I decided to get started on making some pizza dough for tonight's dinner. My parents had sent my husband and I some King Arthur pizza dough flour over the holidays and we were going to use the last of it today to make some bomb-ass pizza. Hell yeah. So I'm in the kitchen, filled with the aroma of Baltic Sea and mint rosemary candles, and my fuzzy cat, Kevin, jumps up on the counter to greet me. I try to shoo him away, but alas, my hands are covered in sticky pizza dough. Sticky situation here. I call to my husband to get Kevin down, but he can't hear me because his noise cancelling headphones are too damn good. Alright, I'll just do this myself then. I tuck my dough safely away and move over to the sink so I can wash my hands and tend to Kevin to get him down. Normally, he's pretty nonchalant when it comes to water. In fact, he'll try to stick his head under the faucet to drink some water. But today he was feeling spicy, I guess. I turned on the water and he zoomed up to the ledge on the counter, where my candles were lit. Oh fuck. I start to freak out, and start panicking and being more stern with my demands. Get down now, Kevin. He just looks at me like, fuck you bitch. And he plops his fluffy ass right down on my candle and his fluffy ass puffed up in a small flame. I freaked out even more, which, to be honest, I don't know how that was possible, and my only thought was control the fire. Exclamation mark, not trying to recreate that scene in Mr. Deeds. I cupped a decent amount of water in my hand and ran up to my cat and grabbed his fiery ass to drench it in water. He looked at me, unfazed by the fire on his ass and more concerned that I violated his lil private area. Fire controlled. But now my cat's ass is covered in dough and water, and I just made a mess everywhere. My husband finally turns around and says, what happened? Well sir, your cat just lit his ass on fire. Not his tail, his ass. We both had a good laugh at it and Kevin just looks confused. The house smells like burnt hair now. But hey, crisis averted, and Kevin, and the pizza dough are safe. Too long didn't read, I lit my cat on fire. Edit, since some of you are asking, here are a few pics of my lil buddy. I'm glad Kevin and the pizza dough made it out safe. I love happy endings. Smiley face. How come before Kevin fucks up, he's your cat, while after he fucks up and the mess is made, he's your husband's cat? I don't really need an answer, I've been married a long time. Haha. Well, it's only because he learns all his bad habits from my husband, of course. JK. But I think Kevin loves him more than he loves me. Frown. It's probably why he listens to my husband better. Lol. The cat should be ringer today. I fucked up about this. You just saved the day. We're not going to talk about the part where your cat is apparently immune to fire damage. He's hypoallergenic and fireproof apparently. I love that you have a cat named Kevin. The name is so fitting for him. Clumsy like Kevin from The Office, dopey like Kevin from Up. Today I fucked up by telling a cashier I was buying alcohol because my wife is a 2-year-old. For the record, my wife is 25 and we don't live in Alabama. What had happened was my parents came in town to see me and my family. My dad wanted a bottle of wine, so I went and bought him one, but then we ran out, so I went to buy more. I felt weird shopping for wine twice within like an hour, so I mentally prepared myself to tell the cashier that my dad came in town and that's why I was buying more wine. Obviously I didn't need an excuse, but whatever. Well, in the checkout line I was behind a lady whose daughter looked maybe a little older than my 2-year-old daughter. For some reason fabricated this interaction in my head with this woman where I asked how old her daughter was and then explained that my wife and I have a 2-year-old. It's a small town, so that wouldn't really have been weird. I ended up not saying anything at all and they left. I set my wine on the conveyor belt, looked the cashier dead in the eyes and said, "My wife is 2 years old." I didn't even register what I said at first. She just kind of smiled awkwardly and looked away. After paying, I finally realized what I said and started laughing hysterically to the point where I couldn't even tell her what I meant. I just kept saying, no, I mean my dad is in town," but that likely didn't make any sense to her either. I finally just took my bottle of wine and left practically in tears from laughing and cringing so hard. TL, doctor, I felt weird buying wine twice in one day, so I decided I would tell the cashier it was for my dad, but accidentally got stuck in my head having a conversation with a woman and ended up telling the cashier I was buying more wine because my wife is a 2-year-old. Everybody knows you gotta be 5 to get married in Alabama. Totally coulda played it off like your wife is like a 2-year-old and didn't want to go buy herself wine. 1. You gotta try really hard to even get on the radar of people that work at the liquor store. 2. Kids are exhausting. I have 3. Plenty of people would pass this off on the kid driving you batty and needing to drink. She probably thought you'd had too much wine at that point, smiley face. Why did you include "you weren't from Alabama" in here? I'm from Alabama. Is it some unknown rule I don't know about? It's just the generally accepted joke stereotype that inbreeding/pedophilia is the norm down south. Don't worry too much about it.